Yes.
Yes, it can.
Perfect. Again, my name is Sylvie Ertrich. I'm Associate Professor of Marketing at the Partner University of CFEG, which is EM Business School in Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a city very near Germany. We just have to cross a bridge and we are in another country. Um, uh, what more to say? My big pleasure is when I'm able to come to Vietnam, which I have done for this last 10 years. Very sad not being with you, but the situation is the same all over the world, and we are not able to travel, but we will try to do our best concerning the marketing course. What else about the marketing course? First of all, I look to your profile as students. Some have already done a lot of marketing, some have not done, some are not in marketing and in other fields and topics. So I will try that everybody, those who have good knowledge of marketing, those who have no knowledge of marketing, will be able to understand what is marketing and to make one step further about their knowledge. Something else about myself. Before having been a professor, I was working 7 years, in even more, 10 years, in fact, because I continue after even teaching. I was working in Germany, in the city of Frankfurt, and as a CEO of marketing, communication, and information society. We had a lot of clients, especially French companies in Germany, like the Accor Group, you know, Accor, like in Hanoi, they have hotels like the Métropole, the Sofitel Métropole, the not Hôtel des Arts, Hôtel de l'Opéra, M Gallery, the Pullman, Ibis, and so on. Also with the airline Air France, with a lot of others, French tourism, Hermès, Peugeot, French Railway, a lot of companies. So why do I told this to you? Because so my teaching will be on one side, of course, academic, because I have a PhD, but also with real cases, real life cases, which is what I'm doing most when I'm teaching, applying the theory with real cases, and we will do it with cases international to learn, but also apply them to the Vietnam context. So what about the course? Of course, nowadays marketing is very important. I go very quickly here. All what we want to will see in the marketing course. Here the learning objective, I let you discover this, and here the outcome, which is on which I will concentrate. You will be able at the end of the course, and I hope, to define and apply knowledge of fundamental concept of marketing, explain how marketing decisions are influenced by internal and external analysis, which is called a SWOT, but you will be able to perform it. I know some have already done it. Then after this analytical marketing, you will develop an effective marketing strategy and make what is called a mixed marketing. This means make recommendation on the product policy, price policy, distribution, and communication policy. The objective will be at the end of the course that you will build an adapted marketing plan. We will choose together the companies you will work in groups, and this will be the outcome as a final outcome, and of course also a part of the assessment. And for this, we will able to validate the coherence between the different parts of the marketing plan, develop writing skills and oral presentation. As I told, this will also, the marketing plan in Hanoi will be presented orally. So what about, this is just what is required. As I told you, it's not necessary to have marketing knowledge, but of course, for those who have, I hope to bring something more, but I need also to see the theory before going to practice. You will have 24 hours with me in the 2 next week. And what here is the syllabus. Today we will start with what is called the internal analysis, the SWOT. We will perhaps finish, we will finish internal, and we will make a case study, which you know, and I'm teaching for a long time. It is McDonald's, and very happy to see that I was teaching it before it entered Vietnam, but we will see how it entered Vietnam. After the marketing analysis, we will make the marketing strategy the next day and finish with the McDonald's case. And then we will finish the mixed marketing, which are the 4 Ps. This all is the theory, and I will explain you how we will work. And then we will have time to adapt it to the case of internationally. We will have seen the Audi case A1, a small city car. See how it contribute, this Audi A1, to the total global strategy. This means we will make the link between marketing and strategy. And of course, we will make case study about Vietnam, and you will be able to choose it. So this is mainly what we do. And then in April, you will have 2 days where all of you as a group will develop and defend orally a marketing plan. Okay, is it clear for everybody? So the assessment will be MQC about the theory, which represents 60%, which is the individual grade. And for the team evaluation, you will show the SWOT, the marketing strategy, and the mixed marketing during half an hour with a PPT presentation written, and this is a group note which will represent 40%. Okay, is it clear, all of it? Here you will have the evaluation criteria for the marketing plan, and about the MCQ, it will be online in Vietnam. I recommend you the very famous, and let's say the worldwide book, which is the Marketing Management of Philip Kotler. He's the Pope of marketing, and of course I have sent you, and I will give you during the course other documents. Is it clear for everybody? Yes? Do you have questions?
Yeah, it's clear, Professor.
Okay, perfect. So I will now, sorry, I'm working the whole day with Zoom, and now, just one moment where I can come back. Oh, sorry. Perhaps we'll do like this. Oh, yes, perhaps I will do like this. Did I finish the sharing?
Yes, we finished.
Okay, sorry, because it's not the same than what I'm used to. Okay, sorry. So perfect. We are now 50, so most of you are here. I also would like to say this is the first session, first day, but normally I will be on time. I'm typically German oriented. This means I will start on time, try to finish on time, and of course give you 15 minutes break during the no, I have a problem. I will try to open and show you the PowerPoint, which I have prepared. One moment. I have so many documents now. Okay, perfect. About the 2 breaks, no problem for me. It's just, Ha, can you answer the question, please? Ha, what about the breaks?
Up to you. You could decide, depend on the rate of the course session.
Okay.
To you. Yeah.
I'm totally adapted to the context in France. So you see, in France, we make 15 minutes break for 1 hour. So this means I would do 3 breaks. I totally agree with if we do 2 breaks. It depends not on me. I adapt it locally to the what wants the student, but I think it will be very good because of course it's very not easy, especially because you are big group and the interactivity is not like in a small one. So we will do 2 breaks if you agree. Okay, if you prefer 3 small one, whatever, but let's say 2. Okay, for 2 breaks. It's good sometimes. Sometimes you learn more by just getting 2 minutes thinking about something else. Okay, so let's start the course. Here you got this document. I wrote the advanced marketing plan. It can be marketing plan, whatever. Just for your information, you see here my name and the name of my colleague. Why? Because we have a copyright, and this case has been edited, and we gave the copyright to the CCMP, which is the Centrale des cas et des médias pédagogiques, a case editor from the Chamber of Commerce in Paris. This means these cases are also used and sold to other universities or professionals. Why is this case has a copyright? My colleague Ulrike Mayhofer, she was a former student of mine. Now she is one of the most famous and successful known professor of marketing and strategy in French. She writes at least 1 or 2 books in a year. She has written, I don't know how many, perhaps over 100 articles, academic. As I told you, she was a student, has done her PhD, and she likes to write, and she spent, in a good sense, her time in libraries, writing, reading, and very theoretical. On my side, I told you, I have worked with company, and I still like the company consulting jobs, and this means even with my PhD, I like it really, the applied marketing, how companies are doing this. Not only what I found in books, I go really to the companies, work with them, and like an example, the cases we will do, for example, with McDonald's, or the case about Audi. I have done it with the CEO of France. And for example, when I came to Vietnam, he introduced me to Audi Vietnam. I met the director there, and he gave me the kind of information you wouldn't find in books. So together we have done this synergy effect, trying to bring what companies are doing and what are in the books. So my colleague is really library books oriented, and I get the information about the company. And this is why we took the best practice. I looked to all the company I was working with, looked to what is their marketing plan, what is a good marketing plan. And of course, it has be between the companies and the library. And so it is this kind of recommended marketing plan we have seen as best practice of company, but also of books. This is why you have 2 names, and I thank my colleague Ulrike Mayhofer for her contribution. This also is a marketing plan which should be, or is simple for everybody, but for those who are even in marketing, that they have the whole puzzle of what exists. This means in this marketing plan, of course, we are not spending 400 hours like in a marketing MBA or something. We will have 24 hours together. So what we have done, we have put the whole possibilities in marketing like a puzzle. We fit them together. And of course, if there is a concept you need to go deeper, you will be able to do it. But what is sure, at the end of the course, even those who are working in marketing have all concepts they know who exist, they know where to put them in a structured marketing plan. Okay, so what is a marketing plan? A marketing plan will specify for a given period of time, and this is, each word is important, the main marketing action plan for a product, a range of products, a brand, or a strategic activity. So let's look to all these words. Will specify for a given period of time. This is important because you will have marketing plan who will go for a short period or for a long period. It depends the business you are in. If your marketing plan is done for an event, it can be the time of the event. It can also be for a company who has a long planning, for example, for producing plane, for energy company, where they have a marketing plan for 20 years, 15 years. And for others, you can have a very, very short one. For example, even you are in fashion, you can have fast fashion and have a marketing plan, for example, in Europe, for a spring, summer, autumn, winter, okay? So the period can be differently, but of course, mainly all of the companies will do, and we will see it annually. So they will have the main marketing action planned for a product, a range of products, a brand, or a strategic activities. Let's look to a company. Do you have a company you would like to talk about? What could we take? Do you have a sector you would like to talk about, for example? Can you write me down a company, or you let me choose?
Could you talk about some car company, Professor, like Toyota or Honda? Yeah.
Okay, so I will speak about Audi. I know very well Audi. So, for example, you can make a marketing plan for one product. We will see the marketing plan of one product, which is the A1, okay? The small city car of Audi. You could also have to make a marketing plan for a product range. A product range is a product, a different product of the same category. For example, the SUV. Everybody knows the SUV? Four-wheel. Yes, okay. This is another marketing plan. Then you could have a brand, Audi, or a strategic activity. Audi has, for example, of course, they are selling cars, but they have after sales, they have warranty, they have accessories, they have insurance, they have banking, and so on. Is it clear for everybody? Let's take another example. We have had cars. Let's look to another product. Let's speak about women and cosmetics. We could also speak about men and cosmetics, but women and cosmetics with a brand like Chanel, for example. Okay, you have a marketing plan for one product, which will be Chanel number 5. Okay, a product range, the perfume, a brand, okay, Chanel, a strategic activities, cosmetic, another strategic activities, fashion, okay, and so on and so on. Is it clear for everybody? This means in one company, you will not have a marketing plan, you will have different marketing plan, and of course the global one. And you have even the marketing plan of Chanel International, like Audi International, and each product in each country and will be included in the product range about the brand and all the country. This will be the worldwide marketing plan. And we will have the same for all the companies. What is a marketing plan? It's a written document written by the marketing team. And here this word team is important for me. We will see that in marketing, it will be also brainstorming, creation, ideas, analysis. You will invest a lot in marketing. And this means when you are not a very small SME, you have a team because they will contribute to all this kind of actions and strategies. So a marketing plan is written by the marketing team always at 3 different moments. When a new product is launched, you imagine launching the new A1 or the new A2 or the new iPhone 12 or 13 without a marketing plan. This is who says product launch, says marketing plan. And even if you are launching a new company, you have a new idea, what do you need to do? The business plan. And what is inside the business plan? There is a marketing plan, okay? So who says new company, new product, of course, marketing plan. You also have the annual planning and budget are prepared. Each year, what will we do in 2022? What will we do in 2023? To be able to know it, to respond to this question, it is in a document, which is a marketing plan. You can also have a marketing plan when the company situation requires it. It can be because for financial reason, competitive region, legal constraints. And for example, a lot of companies had to do again the marketing plan because of the sanitary situation, okay? Imagine you are in Hanoi, you had, for example, of course, the COVID. Instead of coming to Hanoi and going traveling with Vietnam Airlines, staying in an Accor hotel, this has changed for them, okay? So they had to change their marketing plan. So a hotel, let's say, for example, the Sofitel Metropole in Hanoi, they had a new situation. So they had perhaps what they have done, I think, say, how can we deal with the COVID and should we adapt our hotel, which they have done, to the, how you say, confinement, to the isolated. So they had a part of the hotel where people were able to come for 2 weeks quarantine, okay? So they had do a new marketing plan because it was not business as usual. It just, their situation has changed. Let's take again the Sofitel in Hanoi. I know the hotel for a long time, and 10 years, 12 years ago, it was the luxury hotel in Hanoi. But what happened in the 10 last year? Competition arrived. So they had to again change their strategy, analyze the situation, and do another marketing plan, okay? Sometimes you have legal constraints. For example, let's take Audi. Audi, like a lot of cars in Europe, had a lot of diesel. No, they are with the pollution. They are. It's required that they are going more to electric cars. So each time a marketing plan is required. So these are. This means you will have a lot, and you do often a marketing plan each year. When a new product is launched and when the situation requires it. What is a marketing plan? A marketing plan will consist always in introduction. We will see it. Then you will have, and you will make marketing analysis. You will make marketing strategy and what is called mixed marketing. There is a point 4 who is missing. I will ask you what this point could be or should be. The first is the analysis. What is the analysis?
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry that we see always the first line of your PowerPoint.
I don't know why I'm on the second one.
Because we always see the first one.
Let's look again. It happened always. I will try again.
Yeah. No.
1 moment, I will stop it. I was at page 4 or 5. Sorry.
Yeah. We see now the 5.
Sorry, I have a big problem. What happened when I put my PowerPoint? I cannot see anymore on the screen,
yes.
and and I have two screens. I see only the PowerPoint. This is why I do not like so much Teams. The problem is because I cannot see you, I cannot read what you are writing. And this is, I will try it again. I had, one moment again. Oh no, even I lost my PowerPoint. One moment. Oh, I have, no, again, sorry. Cannot believe, oh, okay. It happened once, but normally it's working. I will do it again.
Yes.
No, you can see it?
Yes, we see the first one.
And I will try again to go here.
Yeah.
What are you seeing now?
Always the first one.
And now? Always the first? Okay. I will try to do different, differently. I don't know. I it's a problem on your. What can I do? Ignorer où se trouve.
But at the end we see the first page. Already.
Yes, I'm already on page. I have a problem because I have, for me it's working, but not for you. Can you see this now?
Yeah. Could you change to the second one, please? Second page.
I'm going to the second page. No,
no, it's move. It's the move. Yeah.
Which page you have?
Always the first one, the page one.
Professor, I think you have to turn off the sharing and share again, and you should share the screen, the whole screen, not only share the file, I think.
I cannot hear you very well.
Je crois que vous partagez le bureau, totalement le bureau.
Non, pas du tout. Non, je partage pas le bureau, je suis sur le document et ça va marcher. Un instant, je vais essayer, je sais pas quoi. Sinon, vous, est-ce que vous m'avez donné sorry, est-ce que je suis co-animateur? I'm a co-host?
Non, c'est pas Zoom, c'est pas comme le Zoom.
But the problem is, I have it here, and when I have it on my screen. I see. And how is it possible that you see the first page and not the others? You see, and I'm going. I will try. No, it's not working like this.
Ou bien maintenant vous essayez de partager votre bureau. C'est pas le fichier, mais le bureau pour qu'on voit tout votre écran. Vous essayez de changer de partage. Le desktop, voilà. Et donc vous projetez maintenant le fichier.
Vous voyez?
Oui, on voit votre fichier PowerPoint.
Lequel vous voyez?
Essayez de advance, non? On voit l'écran team. Voilà. Et maintenant, advanced marketing plan. Vous essayez de projeter le fichier, s'il vous plaît. Vous minimisez le.
Comme ça, est-ce que comme ça peut vous aider si je fais comme ça?
Oui, oui. Et donc maintenant, vous projetez ce fichier, s'il vous plaît. Voilà.
Okay. Ok, un instant. J'arrive même pas. Parce que là, j'ai encore autre chose. Ok, voilà. Ça, c'est bon?
Vous essayez voilà, c'est bon. Vous essayez de orienter vers la deuxième page, s'il vous plaît. Voilà. Le premier.
Non, maintenant c'est moi qui peux plus bouger. Ah, attendez.
Ah,
Ah si, voilà. OK?
voilà, c'est bon. 3.
Ça marche?
Non, oui, ça marche. Oui.
Wow. OK, super. Merci. Okay.
Ça fait.
So here again, what is a marketing plan? I told you about a product, a range of product, a brand, and a strategic activities. Here also, a marketing plan when you have a new product launch, annual planning, annual marketing plans, and when the company situation requires it. Here, what is the content of a marketing plan? The first things, a marketing plan is an analysis, which is the first step you will do. And when you are looking to this, I will start to explain it, that the marketing plans is switched to the department you have in a company. The first department will be the department who is doing the analysis. What is the name of this department? It will be marketing research or research and development department. Okay, this will be the department who will make marketing studies, who will look to consumer behavior, who will look what competition is doing. They will research a lot of information to make analysis. This we will see. So they will understand the why situation. Why are things like this? Why people will accept this price? Why they will love this brand image? All this kind of information. This is the why situation. Okay. Then when you know all this, you will have the strategy. Strategy is where to go, which direction we should follow, okay? So this will be about who will define the strategy. This, of course, is senior manager and the marketing director, okay? And of course, and this is why it's important, with the overall strategy. Marketing is one part of the board of direction, and marketing director will be a member of the board. And of course, a marketing strategy has to fit with the overall strategy. So where to go? The mixed marketing will be about what to do, which kind of action we should do, and especially on the product, the price, the distribution, and the communication. There is a point 4 who is missing, but you will have it certainly as a course, but we will not do it here. What would be the name for the point 4? What is missing in all I told you? So you will have a department about research and development, marketing analysis, consumer behavior, marketing strategy, where to go, the objective, the segmentation, the targeting, the positioning, the mixed marketing, the 4P, product policy, price policy, distribution policy, communication policy. What is missing for those who are marketing specialists? What is missing in this marketing plan? What should be point 4?
The implementation.
Say it again.
Is it the implementation?
Yes, but more than this. When you will do a marketing plan, you will fix objectives, okay? We are, for example, Audi. Next year, we want to increase our sales in volume of 10%, okay? This is what you intend to do. What will be at the end of the year?
So I think that we should do the measurement for the effective of the marketing plan.
Exactly. So this is what you have forecast. This is what you have achieved, and you have to analyze the differences. When, for example, you can have done better than the objective or less than the objective, and you have to understand why. If they have been the COVID, some companies are doing better because they are online companies or whatever, and others who have been successful have to stop their activity just because no customer, no tourist or whatever. So it's important to have what is called audit marketing, okay? Where you will look to what you intended to do, what you have to do, and to analyze the differences. And of course, this is also where you will have your budget. When you intend to achieve an objective, you will have to budget what it costs. You will have to budget your communication policy or all other policy. This will, for this you will need budget, and at the end of the year you have to see, is it over the budget, is it less than the budget, and of course to analyze all this. This is a marketing plan. Is it clear for everybody? But this is very more about figures, budgeting, sales forecast, and of course sales achievement, and this is in your finance or budgeting course. What is very important in a marketing plan, it's crucial to build coherence among the different parts of the marketing plan. Sorry if I give you an example like this, but an analysis should be done first, and then the marketing strategy, and then the mixed marketing, and all should fit together. It is like, imagine, okay, it's not the case. This is medicine, okay? The doctor shouldn't say, okay, you should take this. First, he should look what is your problem, okay? So the first has to be an analysis. Imagine, he cannot say, just drink this serum. You can do, he has first to look, are you smoking? How many cigarettes? Have you the flu? Have you an allergy? Have you, for example, the COVID, you say COVID, okay? And what he will give you, the best serum is not adapted to a COVID. The best serum is not adapted if you are a heavy smoker, you see? So it must be current, not you want absolutely to sell me this, and my problem is an allergy. It will not help. So what is very important in a marketing plan, all parts should be coherent. This is a very important word, okay? So the marketing strategy should derive from the analysis. This is the same, the doctor, when you arrive to the doctor, he shouldn't give you the solution. He should first analyze, make the diagnostic to understand what is the problem. You understand? Then he wants, okay, you need to go have, he make an analysis, the fever should go down. And this is what I should give you for this. You see, so it will, the strategy should be derived from the analysis, and the mixed marketing should be based on the analysis and the marketing strategy. This means there are step by step, and all should fit together. So this is very important. So when you start a marketing plan, you will start by introduction. Why? Because you have to present yourself. You have seen you can have many marketing plans in the same company. You have to explain who you are. You present yourself. Okay. So the introduction, for example, let's take Audi. Audi is in 150 countries in the world, but you just have to say, we are Audi Vietnam, we are Audi France, we are working, so the name of the company. What is the marketing plan about? We are launching a new product, okay? And the main objective of the marketing plan is to, for example, conquer the women, the company market. In which market we are in? We are in the automotive market, but in a specific market, the premium market. What are the key points of the marketing plan? This new product will be a small city car, blah, blah, blah. You see, this is all the information you should present. The same, McDonald's and McDonald's Vietnam will be different, okay? So what is the marketing plan about? What does the marketing the main objective? And we will, for example, today work on the McCafe, McDonald's, okay? So it's very important to say we are McDonald's, a concept of McCafe, a concept of McDonald's, to explain the situation, okay? We will see it. So this is very important. Why? let's take an example like McDonald's or like Audi. There are McDonald's in 120 countries, Audi in 150. Each country is different, so you have to present this kind of differences. We will start with the famous SWOT. I think most of you, a lot of you have already done a SWOT, but we will see it because this is what will take the most time, but the most important. Good companies are companies who are doing good SWOT. SWOT is the internal analysis and external. Most of you know it, but I would like to know, what is a SWOT for? Why are you doing a SWOT for those who have done marketing? What is a SWOT for? Not what is a SWOT. What is the objective of a SWOT? Not what is a SWOT. What is a SWOT for? Nobody? What is important for a SWOT?
To know who you are, who your competitors are, and what is the market.
Okay.
So.
Okay. For example, this will be external for your competitor, your market. My question really is, why are you doing a SWOT? To know about them. When you have finished with your SWOT, what is the next step? What is the next step? What is very important? I will give you an example. Since 2017, you have McDonald's who entered Vietnam. Okay. Before this, during 10 years, each year, McDonald's has done a SWOT about internal analysis and external analysis in Vietnam. Why they have done it? To evaluate the situation about strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, tree, and what happened, to take decision. This is very important. A SWOT is not only an analysis, is to take decision. The same by the doctor. When he make the diagnostic, is not just to look what you have. In order to take decision, what should he give you? What should he decide to help you? Yes. And of course, McDonald's have done a lot of time when I'm coming over 10, 12 years to Vietnam. And during 7 years, I have not seen it in Vietnam. Then it started in Ho Chi Minh. Then it came to Hanoi, okay? So they have made decision after the SWOT. They were able to decide, okay, we start with Ho Chi Minh, 5 of them the first year. Then we come to Hanoi, and now there are 23 in 3 cities. Why 3 cities? Why not 10? How they choose the cities? This is after having done the SWOT. So remember this, very important. The SWOT is a decision tool. Again, the SWOT is a decision tool. It is done not only to make an analysis, but to decide after the analysis. And this decision, you will find it in the summary, which will evaluate the situation and say stop or go. And if we go, how we go. Okay, this is exactly what McDonald's has done in Vietnam during each year for 10 years. And then one day in 2017, or a little 2 years before, yes, we go. And where? Let's start with Ho Chi Minh. Okay, so this is very important. It's not only an analyze, it's also a decision tool. This makes it very important, and you should start by evaluating the situation before deciding. So the SWOT analysis summarizes the information given in the car, and it is very important to highlight the main internal and external factors, but in a structured way. You will have to decide. So there must not be big information, a lot of information and confusion. It must be valuable information, okay, objective information, and in a structured way to have a clear view of the situation. And this analytical process is necessary to interpret data without biases. What is without biases? Is that you have information who are based on facts, good facts, not your subjectivity. Okay, I give you two examples. I don't like McDonald's. This is an opinion. Okay, and it's you don't have to look to the opinion of one person. The facts are that in each day of the year, 68 million or 70 million persons go to McDonald's. These are facts, okay? And without biases is not what I'm thinking. And also don't say many people go to McDonald's. Give a figure. I give you an example. Sometimes don't say companies making good profit, has a lot of customers are satisfied. Be as concise and precise as possible, because when you have figures, everybody have the same standard. I give you an example. This man is rich. When I ask you what is rich, it depends. When you look, many people are thinking rich. Those who are rich are those who have more than me. So I am the standard as a person. Those who are poor, then those who have less than me. And this is the way you consider things. Oh, this is an old person. Depends. Who is old? Old is what is older than you. Young, what is younger than you. When you have a figure, okay, 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, 60 years, 75 years. So you have exactly figures. So please, and here again, interpret data without bias and be precise, okay? And this will help you to build the marketing strategy and the marketing mix. What is also important, you need to have good information. If the information, everybody knows it, it has no value. You must have valuable information to take the good decision. So good information in order to take the good decision. So the SWOT analysis is usually presented in two separate tables, one internal and one external. What we will do now is to see the internal. Let me look. Alors, when do you want to make a break? You want to make it now for 10 minutes? Is it okay? Or
yes,
you would like to make it later? You want me to start the internal, or do you want perhaps we make it in 15 minutes, whatever you prefer? Give me just a feedback. What do you prefer?
Yeah, I think break now is okay.
Okay, but no, because if I'm starting, I better I do all of one time. Okay, sorry, I will do this again. I will look to you. Please be back at, no, it's 50 minutes. Do you need 50 minutes? Is it fine?
Yeah.
But okay. Okay, please be back at 40. Is it fine? No problem. It is fine for everybody?
Yeah, thank you, Professor.
Yes, Professor.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So
Thank you, Professor.
thank you. Okay, have a good McCafe, have a coffee, have a work a little around, but just I will be back in also in 15 minutes. Yes, thank you so much.
thank you.
Is it clear for everybody? Oh, sorry, perhaps you don't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the screen? Can you see the marketing plan?
Yeah, I can.
The first slide.
Yes, on the first slide.
No, only the first again?
The 10th. The 10.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we will continue on the 10. Just a moment. I will try to. I don't know why it was working with Ho Chi Minh, but not with Hanoi. Okay, so we will continue concerning the internal analysis. And as I told you, we will have the SWOT usually present in two different separate tables. One is the internal and one will be the external. Because of SWOT, strengths and weaknesses, we always start with internal. So internal, what we have done, as I told you, this marketing plan comes from best practice of what are in books and what are done in company. So we have decided to separate the internal analysis in 4 categories, which are quantitative and qualitative performance, resources, awareness and image, and mixed marketing. I will now show it to you, and if those who have already done marketing or those who are working in companies, you have other concepts or other things, please let me know. Normally, the one we have done should include all which is possible as categories and concept. So strength means what is positive inside your company. Weaknesses is what is not so much. And of course, weaknesses should be improved. So let's look what is quantitative and qualitative performance. First, we will start with the quantitative performance. In marketing, you have 5 of them. First, it will be sales in volume, in number of, for example, sales in number of cars for Audi, or sales in visitors or customers for McDonald's. Sales in value means in Vietnam dong, in dollars, or in euro. Market share is the number of volume you are doing compared to the number of the market. So you have a market share in volume and in value. If it's not clear for everybody, we do not have the time to go in details, but just look to the concept in a marketing book or even on the web. What does it mean, market share? If you are selling 100 pieces and you are selling 12 of them, you have a market share of 12%, okay? Of course, why do they separate it in volume and in value? Let's look to the car industry. If you have a car, whatever the car is, if you have the most expensive Bugatti for 5 million euros, it will be 1 volume, 1 car sold, the same as you are selling a very cheap car who only costs, I don't know, 10,000 euros. So this is why we have it in volume and in value. The same, if you are selling a bag, and if you are Zara or H&M, it will be 1 bag. If you are selling a bag of 50,000 euros by Hermes, it will also be 1 bag. So we have both volume and value because, of course, sometimes it cannot be compared. It's the same when you are in different kind of market. This is why we also look to what is called the penetration rate. The penetration rate is the market share you have in the market you are in. I give you an example. For example, when we will take look to the market share of Audi, we will not compare it to all the cars. We will see the cars in a special segment or in a special market, which are the premium cars. This would be the same, for example, for Chanel. When we are looking to a Chanel bag, we look how many bags are sold in the market. We look only to a specific market, which is a luxury bag market. I give you another example for penetration rate. imagine you are in Hanoi and you want to look to the market share of the Hotel Métropole. We will not compare to the Hotel Métropole to all of the hotels rooms in Hanoi. We will look, the penetration rate will be the market share of the Métropole inside the 5-star hotel market. You see, it is just to be able to compare. So it's a penetration rate in the specific market you are in. Of course, when you are in the 5-star market, you compare with 5-star. If you are IBIS or others, you are lower market, you compare with what is possible. When we are doing an analysis, we also look to product cost and profitability. This is very important because sometimes you will have a product who will bring you a lot of money and others who bring you less money. Before you wanted to ask me about example, let's take Hermes. You propose me, please take Hermes as an example. Some product costs are very high. Let's imagine you have this big bag of Hermes, the biggest bag in crocodile, okay, which will perhaps cost 50,000 euro. What will be? It will be very complicated to get one. You will not even have access to. You know why? Sometimes the production cost of this bag is very, very expensive, and this bag must be wonderful. So sometimes it can cost more, even if it's very high, that the production cost can be very high. I know well the example of the bags. They need, for making a crocodile bag, to choose 2 or 3 crocodile skin between 200. And you will have somebody who doing this a very long time and who is an expert, who is earning a lot. Okay, so sometimes this product costs a lot and profitability is not as much as expected. I give you another example, Chanel or Dior. You will have the fashion, especially on the fashion show. You will have dresses who are 200,000 euros, $500,000, very expensive. Can you stop your micro, please, for those who have it? We can hear you. Can you stop the micro, please? I will stop it. I will try to get it. Okay, perfect. It has been done. Okay. There is still somebody who has it. No. I'm so sorry. I'm just looking. Okay, perfect. So sometimes the production cost can be very high. This doesn't mean the profitability is very high. Sometimes these beautiful dresses who cost 500, nobody wants to buy it. Or if you give it to stars, they don't pay it, you see? So this is not the most profitable. Let's take Chanel, Hermes, and Dior. For example, product costs for making shoes. Shoes will cost a lot. You will need a lot of leather, a lot of handwork, and at the end, you need a lot of size. And when it's not sold, it is not anymore fashion, and you will not have good profitability. At the opposite, you will have other things like perfume, glasses, accessory, which are less production cost, but more profitable. So it's very important to know this, that sometimes you know what are the costs of the product you are selling. This is why so many companies want to go in sunglasses, even because they, on one side, they do not produce it and the production costs are not very expensive, but they sell it very expensive. So the profitability is much more important. You also have the qualitative performance. For example, the competitive advantage you have. Imagine whatever. Let's take the Sofitel, the Métropole Legend. What is a competitive advantage? Top level service, acquired experience, a long time experience in the hospitality management, the top management value. They try to be customer oriented. They try to be the French way of living, the company culture, very French oriented or international, and the customer characteristic, very high level of satisfaction. These are all the qualitative performance you have when they are, for example, they have a very high level of satisfaction. Next step from satisfaction is loyalty. Okay, so it's important to know sometimes you cannot have any, you are just an hotel and your price is not better, your service is not better. It's very important. It can be positive or negative. Then you have the company resources available for a given product, the final resources you have. Of course, this will be very important because it's your ability to do things. When you do not have a lot of financial resources, you cannot do the marketing campaign, you cannot do a lot of things. Can you also hear the noise you have? I hear always noises, or is it just me on you or you too?
We are fine.
Oh, you are fine. So it's perhaps my computer. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this will be important because I give you an example. 1 year I was working 10 years ago on one side for Audi and one side of the French Peugeot company, French car company. At this time, Audi was doing 5 billion euros profit, and Peugeot was doing 5 billion lose. They were losing money. Of course, the situation was not the same. What happened in this case? One can invest again, the other has to find money to refinance themselves. You also have to look to technological and industrial resources. For example, your ability to innovate, your production cost, where are you producing? All these things can be sometimes as well, sometimes strengths, sometimes weaknesses. Okay, for example, producing for Audi in Germany will be a weakness because they will have to produce on German labor cost. And of course, very important, human and commercial resources, the number of employees and the skills. Another example, Audi. I know Audi for 30 years, over 30 years, and the CEO of France each year came to my class because now he is retired, came to my class and was presenting a new product or the strategy of Audi. What happened? Each time before he left, he told me, what are the top talents you have in your class? We would like to hire them, and we are paying 20% over the market because we want skilled people. So it's very important. And when you look at a company like Audi, their advantage, we were speaking before, competitive advantage, is advanced through technology. You remember this point? Competitive advantage positioning will be advanced through technology. What does it mean? They want the best engineer, they want the best commercial resources, and of course, this will be important. When you are just a follower, it's different, okay? So of course, you have to look inside and look to this aspect. When I say look to this aspect, sometimes if one is not relevant, you don't need it, okay? But these are all who exist. And of course, because you are a brand or a product, you will have a brand or a company or a product, what we call awareness and image. What is awareness? Awareness is when I ask you, please name me 3 airlines. And the 3 first who came to your mind is what we call the spontaneous recall. The 3 who come you directly in your mind, okay? The top of the mind is the first that came in your mind, okay? And aided recall is when I ask you, do you know British Airways? Do you know Qantas? Do you know Vietnam Airlines? Okay, this is very important. And when you will see, for example, like a company like McDonald's, this is very important because I told you McDonald's came to Vietnam in 2017, but before McDonald's entered Vietnam, when I was teaching and speaking about McDonald's, everybody had brand awareness of this company. Okay, brand awareness is a number of person who knows you, and you will have seen, or you will see when you don't have read it. When you look to the Audi case, the McDonald's case, you will know that worldwide they have 95% of awareness. This means even in country where the company is not in, people know the company. This is very important. If tomorrow we are opening, you and me and McDonald's, a coffee shop, when I say Sylvie Coffee Shop or Ha Coffee Shop or Lee Coffee Shop or McDonald's, McCafe, it will make a difference between those who will know us or not, okay? And of course, you also have a second concept, which is the image. The image is what people are thinking about your company, about you. So it's the image perceived by customers and retailer, okay? The image can sometimes, for example, let's take the image for Hermes, Chanel. You have a good brand image. You have other companies, for example, in France, McDonald's sometimes can be fast food, okay? And other companies, the airline or whatever, is not perceived as good or what. It depends. And the perception of positioning, here I will explain you what is positioning. A lot of people, sorry. When I speak about positioning, it's a special place you have in the mind of the people and who differentiates you from the competitor. I give you an example. When I say you Audi, what is the positioning? A lot of people will say, oh, it's a luxury brand or it's a premium brand, but this is not positioning. Positioning, if, for example, I give you the example, if you are taking Audi, BMW, Mercedes or Volvo, 3 premium cars for the small one, or 3, you can consider them, we do not consider them as luxury cars, 3 cars in the same market, what is called the premium market in Europe, okay? The perception is not they are premium cars. An Audi is different from a BMW, is different from a Mercedes, is different from Volvo. When I say Volvo, what comes in your mind? What is the positioning they have in the mind of the people? It's security. When I say BMW, how it's different from other, it's sportivity, it's more sport. When I say Mercedes in Europe, I don't know how it is in Asia or Vietnam, it is statue. The one who has been a successful businessman will buy a Mercedes to show his success, okay? And what is Audi? How Audi is different? It is through the technology. They are the technology car. They have advanced through technology. This is a positioning. This is what differentiates a product from another. For example, when I give you the Sofitel or the Metropole Sofitel, it's not only a luxury hotel or 5-star hotel, because there are a lot of other 5-star, but it will be this 5-star with the French art of living, with the French touch. You see, it is a 5-star hotel, but it has a little, the French, they say life is magnifique, okay? So this is a positioning. It's not just a luxury hotel, because there are other now luxury hotels. and the Hilton will more be the American knowledge, and the other can be sustainability, whatever, or the Mac Gallery will more be positioned as a lifestyle hotel with arts or whatever. Or the opera, I mean. Of course, you cannot make internal analysis without looking what you have done before. When, for example, Apple is launching a new phone, the A12 or the A13, they cannot ignore what has been done before. So they have to analyze what they have proposed in the past, as well Apple, Chanel, Audi, the Accor group, and so on. Okay, so they will have to look to product policy, to price policy, and to distribution policy. What they have to analyze about their product policy, what they call their product portfolio, what is inside the what they have. Let's look, for example, product portfolio. What can we take? Again, give me a company. What do you want? Tell me whatever you would like. We asked. Okay, we have seen Chanel. We have seen Chanel. We have seen Hermes. Let's look to Louis Vuitton. Okay, you know Louis Vuitton. There is one in Hanoi. They look to the product portfolio they had. For example, when long time, not so long, but 15 years ago, they had only in their portfolio one product, which was luggage. Okay, they were originally a luggage. Then to luggage, they have added bags. Then they have added fashion. Then they had added sunglasses. Okay, then they had added shoes. That then had added other things. Nowadays, what they have added, which was not in their product portfolio very 2 or 3 years ago, it is perfume. Perhaps one day they will have cosmetics. This is what recently Hermes has added to the portfolio. Now you can have lipsticks from Hermes. Okay, so they add things to their portfolio, looking, or for example, Hermes for the moment do not have any glasses. So you will look, should we do it or not, or what you have. Then what is product line in white and deep or length? Product line is all the products you have. We will see it, for example, with the McCafe case, with the Audi case. You will, for example, or with the perfume, for example. When you have, let's take to the perfume, when you are Chanel, you will have Chanel number 5, you will have Egoist, you will have Coco Chanel, you will have Allure, all the perfume you have, this is in white, okay? And in left or deep, it is, you will have the perfume, you will have the soap, you will have the cream, you will have the lotion. This is in white. This is the same with all the products you have, what we call, for example, you have the Apple company, okay? Product portfolio. They started with computers, then they add a phone, they add the iPad, then they add the iWatch. And the product line, you will have the computers and all the computers you have, and then the memory of the phone, the different kind of phones, okay? So this is what we call product line in white and deep. The best example, you will see it on McDonald's and McCafe. McDonald's started as selling hamburger, one drink, and one dessert. Nowadays, you have a lot of possibilities as well in drinks than as in food, as in desserts. Then you have what we call the product life cycle. We will see it with the Audi. You had, for example, Audi A2, which has a very, very short life cycle, 5 years, and the car disappeared. I will show it to you. Then you had also a product life cycle very long, Chanel number 5. This is what Marilyn Monroe put as perfume. This was in the 60s. So you see, sometimes you have very long life cycle for product, and then you have very short one. And of course, you will look to your research and development policy. Are you in advance, or are you followers? This will be very important, okay? This is all about your product. You have to analyze what is your product portfolio, your product line in width and length, product line life cycle, and research and development policy. We will see it more in details, or what I will do, all this concept will be applied with the cases. The same for the price policy, the cost, the selling price, and the perception of price level. Let's look to an example from coffee, okay? The cost. What is your coffee cost? We will see, for example, the difference between the cost of a McDonald's coffee and a Starbucks coffee. In France, the selling price of McDonald's coffee and Starbucks is 3 times more expensive. What is the perception of price level? Is the perception more expensive the coffee is and better it is, or not? And sometimes you have cost when you are looking, especially by us in France. When you are drinking a tea, what does it cost a tea? It is water, and you just put a tea bag inside, and you will be able to sell it even more expensive than a coffee. In France, you can get a tea for $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15. Can you imagine? This means this is accepted. We are used to, okay? So this is very important to see the perception of price level. When I tell you this perfume, one of the examples is when I say, okay, Chanel is launching a new perfume. It costs $20. When I'm asking my students, who wants to buy it? Not so much, because the perception of a luxury perfume is higher than this. But are you sure that the cost of producing a perfume is perhaps not so expensive? And especially in perfume, you will have a lot. The cost of a perfume price is sometimes less than 10%, but you have the marketing, you have the brand image, a lot of things who are not the cost, but perception of price made it better. If they tell tomorrow the Sofitel in Hanoi, the Metropole, is proposing the rooms for $20, you will have a problem with the perception of the price. People selling the price are expecting, so this must be very well analyzed in your company. Another point will be the distribution policy. For example, is the company present in the main distribution channel? Where are they? I give you an example. When you are selling, I take the example of Louis Vuitton. When they started to launch their perfume, they have decided that the perfume will only be able to be sold in their own Vuitton shop. And this is why they have decided to put it 3 times the price than normal, okay? So when you are selling your product, your cream, your perfume, will you find it everywhere or in selected shops or only in your shop? This will be important, okay? So you will have to analyze how you will distribute your product. The range and the quality of the sales force. For example, if you're McDonald's, it will be your franchising. If it's Audi, it will be your dealer. If it's a shop, it will be the person in the shop. Very important, the quality of relationship with your retailer. When we take the case of McDonald's, it is very important the relation that McDonald's USA headquarter has with his entrepreneur and franchisee in Vietnam. Do they have good quality or are they fighting? This will be the same for Audi. Audi will be in Germany. They will never have contact directly with Vietnamese people. The representative will be the importer of Audi Vietnam. So this is very important if they are working as close partner, or sometimes the relation can be difficult. Okay, and of course we will see something else, which will be the communication policy. Communication is a very important part of marketing, to be able to communicate, and this is sometimes what I'm missing SMEs, small companies, is a communication budget. This is very important to see what is your budget. This is the same when you are big companies, or when you are companies who have heavy budget, they are able to communicate. Okay, this is very important, the communication budget. When your budget is inexisting, it's very difficult to make communication action. Nowadays, you can do it on below the line, but sometimes you need a little more. And of course, advertising and public relation budget. If it's more advertising, so below the line or above the line with public relation, direct marketing, event management. And of course, it's not only a question of money, it's only a question, what is the return on investment of your communication investment, which will be the effectiveness of the communication action. This is very important, and this is something a lot of companies do, well or not, but mainly the big successful company are doing very well their marketing SWOT concerning the 4 Ps. Is it clear for everybody? Okay, now what I would like to, in order to do the same I have done in Ho Chi Minh, is that now I would like to see you first. Now, can you see me now again? I will also try, can I, well, okay, no. Okay, there is no gallery. I just have one person. Okay, have you, my question is, please. Have you read the McAfee case? Please put a like or something, or a dump if you have read it. Have you read the McAfee case? Can you hear me? Can you answer me? Hello? Okay, you don't have read it for the moment? Okay, good. Okay, so how long do you need to read it? We could do the break. Sorry if it's such a short break, but it's necessary to read it. Alors, okay. Please read during, how long you need? How long? Okay, okay, please during 15 minutes, okay? Please read it during 15 minutes. Especially, yes, because I will now apply. I will now apply the case to. I will do the SWOT for the case. Okay, so you need to have information. You will be able to follow even if you have not read it, but it's better to understand, especially the issue of the case. So we start at 30. Is it nice? Okay. Please, all of you read the case and we'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay?
Yes.
What
Yes,
is it?
Professor. Yeah.
The question is no question. Just read the case to understand it. Okay? Just read the case to understand it, and I will after this make the internal analysis of McAfee to show you how to do. Okay? I'll be back. We will be back in 14 minutes. Thank you. Okay, are you back? Can you hear me? Can you see the PowerPoint of McCafe? Hello, can you hear me? Can you see?
I don't see the PDF file, not the PowerPoint.
What do you see?
I don't see the PDF.
This is a, can you see
I
the
not my PowerPoint slide.
Okay, what do you see on the screen, please?
Yes, we can see the screen, but we only see PDF file.
Yes, which is the PowerPoint. Yes, it's a PDF. Sorry, but it's a PowerPoint. Can you see what is written on the side, on the first side?
McCafe, a McDonald's brand.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's start. Now I would like just to explain you several things. What we have done until now is, sorry. Okay, what we have done until now is that we have done what we call the theory of the course, which is how to do a SWOT. Now we will apply it to the case of McCafe. Okay. For your information, this case has been done with the company of McCafe. This means this is the solution and the marketing plan of McCafe France. This document you see here, it is written specimen author. This means I have the copyright, but I'm not allowed to give this copyright to the students. It's only for teacher, okay? So I will not be able to give you this, but you have it as recorded, or otherwise you just make or take pictures. What are you seeing? Do you see the whole things, or do you see it in big or small? I think I have again a problem. I will just stop something. Oh, sorry, really sorry. I don't know what happened. One moment. Okay. Sorry, I don't know. I have to find a solution about this. No, it's not right. What do you see again? Can you tell me what do you see? McCafe?
Now we don't see anything. I think before when you shared the screen, it was okay, but you were inside a folder, and you did not open the file yet. So okay. I guess if you share screen again and then go to the same folder and then click on open the file, then we can see the slide.
Yes. This is what I was trying to do. I got it on my, really sorry. I don't know what happened this time. Last time it was very easy. Okay. One moment, sorry. Sorry, really sorry. I have to open it like this. Okay. And I will try to get it as much. Okay, perfect. Tell me what you can see now. Do you see the whole page on McDonald's, or do you see other things?
Yes, we can see the whole page now.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. Wow. Okay, so as I told you, this is now how McCafe will apply the SWOT to their brand in France. So I will just show you this as an example. We will do another example, which will be Audi, and then you will have to do your own case, which will be important that you see and know. So again, as I told you, this is my specimen author. This means in the past, because there is a copyright, the university, the professor buy these cases at the Chamber of Commerce, and so I'm not allowed to give it to students, because in the past I gave it to students and they sold it on the internet, which is not possible when you have an editor contract and when you have a copyright on the case. So this is why I will not give you this document. So for those who want it, or make photos, or you have the videos. Here again, what will be important, we will do the marketing plan, starting with introduction and the SWOT analysis, and now we will concentrate on the internal analysis. The first will be to introduce. What is to introduce? In very short words, on 1-2 pages, explain the situation. So here we can say McDonald's is the most well-known fast food chain in the world, which is the concept of awareness we have seen, okay? And in 2021, they are present in 190 countries in the world. Before they enter Vietnam, they were only in 118, okay? So this is a very important information. First, the most well-known in the world. This is very high awareness. We will see later how much, what is the awareness rate. And you know, also they are present in 119 countries. What does it mean? That there are still near 80 countries or 70 countries where each year they will make a SWOT and evaluate the situation. Should we enter or not? For example, there are other countries where I'm teaching. I'm teaching in Algeria. McDonald's is not in Algeria. Sometimes because of the political situation, they don't have the right franchising, because of legal constraints, whatever, okay? I'm also teaching in a country which is called Armenia. This country has still a low purchasing power for the population, and there are only 3 million population. It is near Turkey, between Turkey and Iran, okay? So they are not there. Each year they evaluate the situation. Nowadays, when they evaluate the situation, they say, okay, the population is, let's say, too poor or not enough demand to pay a McDonald's product. You have another country, I don't want to tell you all the countries I am teaching, but this helps me to understand, and I'm studying when I'm there. I'm teaching for long years in Iran, okay? Iran has embargo due to USA, and for example, all the foreign companies are not allowed, or there is a blockout from the US countries and a lot of countries. So there is no McDonald's because they are in contradiction with USA in Iran, okay? One day, perhaps they will be able to go there. I'm in Iran also for over 10 years. 5 years ago, when Barack Obama was there, the relation have been a little better, and a group like Accor has made a SWOT. The country was opening the possibility to invest, and the Accor group has decided, after evaluating the situation, to invest. And at the airport, they have built, I think, I'm sure, Ibis and a Novotel. Oh, a Novotel, yes. So you see, but what happened? No, they have stopped it, and they just changed the name of the hotel, which is again local. So you see, here at this time in 2021, you have McDonald's only in 190 countries. This means each year they're looking to different countries and see how the situation is evolving, and they evaluate, should we go or not? And there are still 80 countries for different reasons where they say, okay, there are too many threes, there are not enough opportunities, or it's too expensive for them, we do not go. In some countries they are, and one of these successful country is France, where the group is very successful and present with 1,485 restaurants. So here again, you can compare 23 restaurants in Vietnam, near 1,500 restaurants in France. McDonald's France would like to continue growing. And one of the high potential growth area is the McCafe concept. Okay, McDonald's has developed a concept which is called McCafe. Well, it's working like this, so I do like this. In 2020, there are 200 McCafe in France. And where to go? The objective is to open 20 sales outlets per year. Here again, when you are looking at a company like McDonald's, first of all, remember, a lot of students tell me, why are you always using big company? First of all, this is a company who started with 2 guys in California making some food, hamburger, okay? Now they are in 190 countries and have 1,500 restaurants in France and having millions of customers a day. But what you see, this is also key success factor I want to share with you, that they are not doing, okay, we are opening 200 a year or 100 a year. We are in all the countries of the world. They evaluate the situation and go step by step. Here again, the objective will be only, I could say, and I will explain you later why, 20 sales outlets per year. But what is very important, this is the issue of the case. This is what the case is about. When you analyze, when you have done market research, when you got the information, you will have very important information in the case, which will help you to decide is, with the McCafe brand, McDonald's France is seeking to attract customers through all the opening hours in its restaurant, because you will have a very important information which explain you why they have adapted or they brought McCafe to France. Here again, very important thing in marketing, McCafe started where? By one person, franchisee in Australia, had the idea of this coffee market, which is a very good market with opportunities, like Starbucks is doing it. And he has developed this in one country in Australia. What happened? The good idea went from Australia to USA, to the headquarters. It had been tested and it came to France to respond to an issue, which is attract customers throughout all the opening hours of its French restaurant. So a well-adapted marketing plan is needed. So you see the McCafe respond to this question. So the analysis, I told you, when you are doing a marketing plan, you will have to do an analysis, and this SWOT is a decision tool. And I told you to decide, it must be very structured in your mind in order to take the right decision. Here you will have a lot of information, the one we give you in this case, and the one you will have to find for your own marketing plan when you will present it in 2 weeks. What is important? You will have to structure the information that it's clear to you, not all the information together, because in the case we start from the largest, which is the McDonald's Group, McDonald's worldwide, because the fact that you are a McDonald's business unit is important. You belong to the group. So we are starting what is the strength and the weakness of this group. We are in a specified country, which is France, and your responsibility is only on what is called McCafe, what is called the business unit of McCafe. Yes. So this means your responsibility will only be McCafe, and you will do the marketing plan, not of McDonald's, of McCafe. Your position is you are product manager of the McCafe, but McCafe in France and a business unit of McDonald Group. All of you know what is a business unit? Do you know what is a business unit? What is a business unit? Can somebody tell me what is a business unit? What do you call a business? They say, for example, the person responsibility of the McCafe is responsibility of the BU McCafe. What is a BU? What is a business unit? Nobody? Okay. A business unit is like a little company inside the company. This means McCafe will operate like separately, okay? You will be responsible for McCafe, but inside McCafe will be more than one product category. McCafe will be inside, in France, a McDonald's, okay? But they will have the accounting, the turnover, the profits separate to see how they are doing. It's not in the same one big. I give you another example. You can have, sorry, I will take example of Vietnam. So I take again, for example, the Metropole in Hanoi again. Or we could take another hotel. Sometimes you will have inside the same hotel business unit. You know them, for example, well, inside of a hotel. You will have lodging. How much is the turnover coming from the rooms? Then you have food and beverage. Then you have business center. Then you have the boutique. Then you will have the spa. You see? Then you can have different things. You can have inside the travel, for example. Okay, for those customers who want to travel. So inside the same hotel, you will have food and beverage, lodging, the boutique, the spa, the business center, and so on and so on. Okay, all are business units. This means you will have separate accounting, separate budget, separate possibility to take action. And so you will see which one is profitable, which one contribute to the profit or to the turnover, and if it's good or not. Is it clear for everybody? So you will have a responsibility in the department food and beverage. You will have somebody who will taking care of the spa, somebody who will taking care of the boutique, and each will be like a business unit. Okay, so if you are doing here, your job will only concern McCafe. So you will not be responsible for the whole McDonald's. You will have, your part will just be the McCafes. It's like in the Sofitel Metropole, you will just be the manager of the spa, and your responsibility will be concerning the spa. And if you are the boutique, it will be the boutique. If you are the bar, you will be the bar, whatever. External, we will see it later. But here again, just to explain you, it's necessary to separate very well, because on one side you are in the fast food market as McDonald's, but as McCafe, you are trying to respond to the demand of the market of bars and cafes. So let's start from the largest. Okay, so we are looking to figures from the McDonald Group worldwide in 2019. Something important about when you are, let's say, making a marketing plan, think about time is money. So please be concise and be precise. It must very clear come to your mind in order to take decision. At Harvard Business School, they learn not more, be precise, be concise. What does it mean? It means not more, in English it's easy, 7 words in a sentence. And if one word can explain the situation, take one word. What is leader? Leader is being the number one in the market share of the market compared to your competition. One word, leader. When you are leader or number one or whatever, or the best hotel, you don't have to detail that you have beautiful flowers, that you have a lot of service, that you la la la. Number one, leader. What is pioneer? A pioneer is you have been the first one in the fast food. So you see, when you are doing a marketing plan, when you are doing your SWOT, some words explain very well the situation. Leader and pioneer in the fast food. So somebody can evaluate your situation. You have been the first and you are the number one in terms of market share. Sales, not good sales, good profit or high sales. Sales, you put the figures to 21.1 billion. Net profit, 6 billion. Okay, so you can exactly evaluate if is it a good profit or not. Brand awareness, not good or high, 95%. In the world, there are 7.3 billion population, 95% of them know you. In 2019, you have 38,695 restaurants and over 70 million customers a day. Can you imagine this? 70 million customers a day. As a company with the sales, with the profit, you have high investment capacity. This means when you are going somewhere, you can invest, okay? And of course, you have what is called synergy effect and economy of scales. So my question is, what are synergy effects? What is synergy effect? Do you know what is synergy effect?
I think synergy effect is the thing that you can utilize. Utilize the strength of as a restaurant. For example, if you create the cafe in McDonald's, you have already some location there, and you can utilize the location, something like that.
Okay. It's also what you are telling is also experience effect, okay? And the added advantage from multiple companies, yes. Synergy effect is what we call something you have perhaps heard, 1 + 1. Have you ever heard? Oh, sorry, I make it wrong. 1 + 1. Sorry. One moment. Synergy effect is 1 + 1 is 3. I give you an example. You have a very famous singer. Who is very famous as a singer? Is worldwide. I don't know. I just hear Beyonce or whatever, or a Vietnamese singer. Somebody who is singing very well, okay? And then you have somebody who is writing very well song, okay? You have the one who is singing and the one who is writing the song. When you take the one who is singing, if this person is writing the song, perhaps she will sell 1 million discs or 1 billion discs, whatever. So let's say 1 million discs, okay? when the one who is writing very good song, but his voice is not the top voice, he will sell 1 million songs. When you put the good singer and the good writer together, they will sell more than 2 million songs. Is it clear? Is it clear what I want to explain? And this is the same when they put. Is there any situation? Yes, when you yes, there is a situation. Take a bad singer and a bad writer, and it makes nothing. Okay, it shouldn't be like this. Okay, synergy. Of course, if you take the wrong person together, it can be yes. But I give you another example. So sorry if I take it again with me. My co-author Ulrike Mayhofer, she is very theory, okay, and she is very theory oriented. I'm very practical oriented. If I only had practice, I would just tell the story about the experience of Audi. But she will be when she would write it, she would only write it very theory. Together, when we do a case, she's bringing the theory, I'm bringing the practice, and together it's better than each of own alone. Is it clear for everybody? So this is synergy effect, and this is the same, just the fact that the good ideas who born in Australia has been adopted by the headquarters and came to France is better than letting alone in Australia, trying to do something in France, and bringing all together is what we call economy of scale, synergy effect. What is economy of scales? Give me an example. For example, what is economy of scales in the case of, for example, McDonald's? What is called economies of scale? Does somebody knows it?
Economy of scale means that you can save some money when you, I mean, you produce in a big volume. For example, if you purchase beef to manufacture McDonald's, if you manufacture one hamburger only, so the cost may be $5. But if you manufacture about 100 hamburgers, then the cost will be $3.
Exactly. Of course, when you could upscale a product to a volume at the point where cost and price could be lower. This is a very simple example. Yes, look into McDonald's. I'm McDonald's, okay, and I say, okay, I come to my supplier, whatever he's selling. Imagine I'm coming, even suppliers who are strong. I am McDonald's. I'm coming, and I want to buy something who is called soft drinks, whatever the soft drinks is. It could be a Coca-Cola, or it could be a Pepsi-Cola, or something else. I just come to them and I say, okay, please, could you make me an offer for 70 million customers a day, 365 days a year for the 5 or 3 next years? This means just the fact that I will buy for millions of customers, or soft drinks, or packaging, or food, or coffee, will make that the coffee price, or the soft drink price, or the meat price, or the packaging price, or the shares, or the refrigerator I will buy will be more or less expensive than if I'm alone and I'm saying I will buy for 2,000 customers. This is also this economy of scales, okay, is also, for example, when you have an hotel like the Accor Group, which has more than 5,000 hotels, when he's negotiating the beds, the soap, the shampoo, he will buy for big quantity. Of course, it will be a very, as you tell, we gain a price competitive edge. He will have the price lower than others. For example, when you will compare about even, and this is something we will see perhaps later, imagine somebody like McCafe is buying coffee. They will buy it directly on the stock exchange because he will buy coffee for millions of customers a day during some years, months, week, and so on. You see? So of course, his purchasing power is much higher than competition who is called Starbucks, who do not have 1,500 restaurants in France, perhaps only 50. Of course, when you are buying for 1,550, your purchasing power is different. So this is very important, okay? A lot of students are thinking the profit can only be done, okay, just by selling. The profit can be done by buying. If you buy less and you say sell to the same price than competition is buying, but they had to purchase higher than you, this difference is your profit. And we will see it, for example, with the Audi group. When Audi is buying something, just the fact that they belong to a big group, which is Volkswagen, they will buy 15% less than BMW by buying steels or things like this, okay? So this is very important. And this is why it is here, because you will here at this time, even if it's coming later, you will know that McCafe will have access to all this advantage of this strength of the McDonald's group, because if they need to invest, there is money there. They will have synergy effect. What has been learned in a country or in another McCafe can be brought to Vietnam or whatever, and the economy of scales. Vietnam will buy the coffee at the same price worldwide and not only as 23 restaurants in a country. Very important, okay? What else? As a group, they have continuing innovation capability. This is something I have seen also is a key success factor. Never forgive this in marketing or in business in generally. When you stop and thinking, okay, I have been successful, now I can stop. When you don't move, don't make one step forward, others will doing, and they will be in advance, okay, and be more in advance than you. This is why even this was a small company selling hamburgers, but they continue innovating. They had what they know, the quality, service, cleanliness know-how. They have been the innovator by creating the Mac Drive, where you can drive there and take the food. They have constant and renewal of products and services. It's not just always the same. And I give you an example. Before the COVID, they have again brought the service on table. People don't want to wait. They prefer be sitting, looking to their mails and discussing. So they have again bring to on the table. What happened with the COVID, with the sanitary situation? They are very successful because they have had access to the Uber Eats. They will bring it at home. They have invented. They have used the delivery service, what they haven't used. So you see, again, they have react. They have okay. People does not anymore come to us. Find a solution. We come to them. Okay. So you see, this is also a very positive. Another thing positive, they started 2 guys in California. They have a moment, okay, you are successful in your country. Next step is other countries, and they are present in 190 countries. They have done what is told as a well-adapted standardization strategy. This is something I will show you more in details and with an example. They have developed what is called a franchising system, which enable fast development with limited cost. Okay, franchising system means, and this is what happened in Vietnam, somebody will be the entrepreneur. The McDonald's in Vietnam doesn't belong to McDonald's. It belongs to a Vietnamese who has been in a Vietnamese person who has been an American in America, came back and have invested. So the franchising system, the money doesn't come from McDonald's. It comes from this Vietnamese, American Vietnamese guys who has invest. So this enables fast development with limited cost. Weakness of the McDonald's group, it has frequently a criticized image of fast food. When I was by McDonald's in the headquarters of France, they refused. No, because no company wants to have a weakness. When they have a weakness, they should do a lot of efforts to improve it. And it's not very positive, but it is true in France. We fast food is junk food, and they don't like to have it, but is reality. On the other side, they told me, okay, we are criticized for fast food, but we have 2 million customers a day. So I dealt with them, and we were able to, because we need the authorization, they have to sign about what we published, if we publish this kind of information. So they wrote in the case, you read it, we are not fast food, we are good food fast. They have again adapted to the French customer who wants to have good food fast. Okay, so yes, it goes quickly, but we will see in details. French people appreciate good food, and McDonald's have to adapt, which is what we have seen, the well-adapted standardization strategy. What else? French in France. In France, they opened the first restaurant in my city of Strasbourg. It's not so far, it's 40 years ago. They have long time before the second leading contributor to the group sales. Nowadays, they are number 4, which is we are not the biggest country. We are not the top in the top 20s countries concerning the population, but 4th contributor of the group sales. This means French people go a lot to McDonald's. How is it possible? We are supposed to be the gastronomic country. Why are we so much contributing to the group sales? More sometimes than other countries, more than our neighbor Germany, who has much more population. Why are we such a leading contributor at number 4? What are the reasons? My question, why is France such a high contributor to the group, contributor to the group sales? Do you have any idea? What can be the reason? No feedback? One of the reasons is French food is very expensive when you have the classical one. And so nowadays the budgets are more limited. So people switch from traditional food to, of course, more fast food and less expensive. And the other reason is because of French. France is first tourist destination in the world. So we have a lot of people who are coming to France, over 80 million persons who are staying for several days, depends. And the problem is when they come to us, when you come to France and to sit to a restaurant, it takes a long time to be served and it costs a lot of price. And when you are a tourist, you want to visit, you want to enjoy the monuments and to see the Eiffel Tower. So most of the tourists who are coming, when they see the expensive price and the 3 or 2 hours it takes to have food, because it takes a long time, of course, what happened, they are going to fast food, and the fast food they know, which is McDonald's. I told you they have know-how in purchasing, marketing, human resources, power, and of course, what they know from one country is be exchanged with others. They have also in France continuous success. They have 5.1 billion euros. In France, 74 employees and nearly 1.8 to 2 million an average per day. This is a lot when you compare to our population. Okay, this means that a lot of people go to McDonald's. Let now another strange. We have in France 1,485 restaurants in 10 towns. What we have 2 types of McDonald's. We have those who are franchisees. Franchisees represent 80% of the sales outlet. This means they belong to an independent manager who has invested, who has a franchising. What do you see? There are 300 of them, but this means when you compare it to the number of restaurants, one franchisee has several restaurants because the business is good, okay? So this can happen. The one, for example, the one who opened 5 in Ho Chi Minh was the same person. But in France, you have something who is a little specific. 20% of the restaurants are company owned and operated. Why McDonald's in France has 80% of the restaurant? I think it's 0% in Vietnam. What can be the explanation? Why 20% of the restaurant are company owned and operated? This means it belongs to McDonald's. McDonald's has invested, and those who are working in the restaurant are not independent manager, they are salaries. You know what is the reason? Who is not sleeping well at night? They don't. Who is not sleeping well? Do they? Who are they? What do you mean by they don't sleep? What is MVM? NVM? I do not understand. Be more precise. I do not understand your question. Be more precise. They, who are they? Who is not sleeping? The company-owned restaurants or the franchisee? One of the reasons in France they have a company-owned and operate restaurant is because a lot of the restaurants started 40 years ago. Okay, the one in Strasbourg, for example, or those, for example, it could be in Ho Chi Minh. Okay, but those who started 30 years ago, when at this time the manager has been a young manager, nowadays what happened? Okay, nowadays this manager who started in the 80s is now arriving at the time of retirement. What happened? He has had, for example, what happened in Ho Chi Minh. He opened 40 years ago, even in Paris or even in Strasbourg, a restaurant downtown. Nowadays, this restaurant has a very high value because of the real estate, because of the good turnover. And sometimes, can you imagine, his own family has been successful. His kids have done studies and do not want to work in the McDonald's. They have other jobs. or they want to be architect or doctors or professor, I don't know, whatever. And so they have been studying somewhere and they say, okay, dear dad, dear mom, I don't want to take over your business. And what happened? The good McDonald's, which has been at the Opera in Paris, at the Champs-Élysées in Paris, or in this center of the city of Lyon or Bordeaux or Strasbourg, no, the man wants to retire. Nobody will be able to buy it. It will cost too many money. And what happened? Who has money and who has interest that it continues? It's McDonald's. And this is why they bought, and they know the good figures, they know the good profit, they have money to invest. This is why in countries like France, after 40 years, the McDonald's, instead of saying, okay, we close it, they buy it and continue operating. What is also very specific, that in France, you will have mostly local procurement of supply. We are now looking where are the food coming from. So McDonald's is adapting to French taste and French customers who want that 70% of the ingredients come from French supplier. This means the potatoes for making French fries. This means the salad. This means the meat is coming from French, okay? And 90% are coming from European suppliers. What happened? The 5 others are products like pineapple we are not producing in Europe. Nowadays, we are looking very much made where it's made. Okay, this is a very trend of the consumer. Strength of the McDonald's product, a wide range of product. You have seen the wide range. I explain you. The white is the menus, the sandwich, the snack, the salad, the sauce, the cold drink. This is the range in white. And in deep, for example, you don't have only one salad. You have several varieties of salad, several varieties of dessert or menu. This is your product portfolio. Nowadays, very important also in France and in other countries, and mandatory, to be committed to a corporate social responsibility program. They have it with nutrition, sustainable development. They have just explained this, I think it was this week in France, no anymore plastic in the Happy Meals. They are trying to stop all the plastics, and they are, for example, now, instead of a toy, they will put books. They do it for several years. Instead of having plastic cups, they will have the straw will not be anymore in plastic. A lot of things will be done. The food safety, to see where the food is coming from. And with a lot of suppliers, they are doing supplier partnership. Weakness of McDonald's France, it has still this canteen image of the fast food in the country of the gastronomy. French people, they like this atmosphere of the French restaurant, taking time, arriving, taking a drink and discussing and tasting and enjoying. And the canteen is where you have a quick meal at your school or your university. And this is exactly the way French people consider McDonald's. Let's look now, we are focusing on McCafe. Very important, McCafe belongs to McDonald's. This is very, very important. So they have all the benefit of McDonald's. For example, the ability to free up capital quickly. Money is there because they are doing profit. All the know-how McDonald's has, they can give it to McCafe in terms of marketing, purchasing, human resources, research and development. And of course, they can do a fast development. I start with this because McCafe in France, and I know in Vietnam also, it's inside the McDonald's. This means you don't have it separately like you can have it in USA. It is inside. It's very quickly developed. You have a McCafe, and in this corner, I will do a McDonald's, and in this corner, I do a McCafe. You don't have to look for a location. You don't have to make the paintings, hire people, buying the chairs, buying the table, the refrigerator, the material. It's already here. So very, very fast development. And of course, you will also benefit from the brand awareness and the custom traffic. People will enter the McDonald's and see in the corner the McCafe and finish to round up the traditional product of the fast meal. I will have a more coffee-oriented or desserts or things like this. This fact that it is inside existing McDonald's, what are the benefits? What is the main benefit? What is the main benefit by being inside a McDonald's? What is the main benefit? Please, can you write me some answer? No answer? Please, there is no problem. You can make mistakes. I just need to location expenses. They will attract more customer, reputation. Yes. What do you mean by location expenses? Totally agree with you. All of you are right. Exact civil rental. Oh yes, but not only, much more than rental costs. Yes, yes, yes. Most of the fixed costs are yes, you will have customers who will have a drink. You will have all the image awareness of McDonald's. But what is very important, when you open it, you will not have to pay more human resources. You don't have to pay a rental. You don't need to buy shares. All your fixed costs, your electricity, the toilet paper, all is already paid. So you only have a variable costs, you see? And this fixed cost, you are speaking about a rental cost, okay? What's happened? Who is paying your rental? Who is paying the rental? Who is paying the rental? The customer. This means you will have $1 because McDonald's, you will be in District 1, you will be in French at the Champs-Élysées, very expensive rental. And of course, consumer will pay it. So you will put it in the price of a coffee. This is why your coffee can cost $1, $2 more than when you are a Starbucks, because you will have to pay the rental, you will have to pay the people. This is also explaining why your coffee by Starbucks costs 3 times more than by McCafe. And it's not just because it's better, because also McCafe has a purchasing power where they will be able to negotiate high quality coffee to a very good price. Okay, so this is very important, the fact that it is inside a McDonald's. Okay, all is existing. It is just added value. Okay, so of course this is important. This is why in France, McCafe is the leading coffee house chain in France, much more ahead as Columbus, Costas, Illy, Starbucks. And this is not because the quality is, or the price. Yes, the price is lower because the fixed costs are paid. Strange of McCafe, they have a product range characterized by variety, but not only American bestsellers, but adapted to French taste with French pastry, adapted to French request, quality. They have good suppliers, and adapted to the context, the economic context, the situation, not anymore unlimited budget in France so a good price. And of course, adapted to the local culture, they are proposing continental breakfast on the French way. Exactly the one I will find in a Accor hotel when I'm coming to Hanoi. I will have my French bread, my French jelou, and my butter on the French way. Okay, so this is the local culture that they adapted in France, or it is what a group like Sofitel or M Gallery or Pullman or Novotel is proposing to those who are coming from away. Weakness of McCafe, weakness are there are only 200 sales outlets when we compare it with Germany, where we have 850 in Germany. Just to explain you why Germany has so many, this is also a question of culture. Because I'm making a course who is international marketing, which is cultural cross marketing. When you compare, and I worked 7 years in Germany, when you look to German people, and I one of them because I have a part of this culture, very on time, very serious people, and sometimes when I was working in Germany, it was very good because earning good money in Germany and spending on the French way of living. German people are very price sensitive. They are very looking to their price. They are looking, is the price adapted? Do I pay the right price? How can I save money? Even for buying a bigger car, which is not so much important for French people, but this is the way. A lot of people, and in Germany, in French, we will stop, in the past, more than nowadays, 1 or 2 hours for just having lunch. German people will have a very quick lunch, very quick, with bratwurst, sausages, just to stop earlier and have some time for leisure and sports. French people will stay in the office until 8 in the evening, so it's a little different. So they will have a lot of places where you have takeaways very quickly. And what else? They will compare the price when they are having the coffee at home and when they have coffee outside. When they see that there are outlets like McCafe where the coffee only costs 1.5 euro, which is very similar to the one they have at home, what will they do? French people will never do. They will take their sandwich at home, put it in the car, passing through a McCafe, taking the coffee there and eating on the way. French people, they want to sit down, to have their coffee, and to have the bread, the jelou, and the marmalade, the butter, and the orange juice. Sorry, I forgot. And at the end, the German people will have need 10 minutes and have paid 1.5 by McCafe in Germany. But there are 850 because a lot of people will do this very quickly. French people will stop, sit down, and have $10 because they have had an orange juice, jelou, baguette, and so on. So you see, this is the reason, just cultural differences. McDonald's has a strong identity. McDonald's is fast food. And remember, here you want to be on the bars and coffee markets. So you have to gain distance from the original fast food hamburger business. And when you, let's compare a Starbucks to a McCafe, you need that, when you make your analysis, you see that the location of a McCafe inside a fast food McDonald's, it's not very calm, it smells French fries, it's crowded, it's noisy. All this, when you have a weakness, like here, this is your analysis, this is your first step, but you will have to take action in your what to do in your 4 P's mix marketing. Okay, tomorrow we see the external analysis, and no, I will just, okay. Do I have stopped to sharing it with you? Yes. So tomorrow we will see, tomorrow we will start, I will do the theory about the SWOT, the external analysis. If you have time, please, of course, read again the McAfee case so we can go in details. You perhaps have read it very quickly today's. If you have time, I don't give you any homework this evening. Please be prepared tomorrow. Read the case 1 time more, 2 times more. Tomorrow we will start with the SWOT external in theory. Then if it's possible, if you agree, only if you agree, I give you some time to make it as a group, the external one. Then I will show you the external one. And if we have time, we make the marketing strategy and the debriefing. Okay. So this today, no homework, but be prepared for tomorrow. Any more questions? Any questions?
No question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all of you. I knowing it's a late evening for you. This is why I try to do it not too heavy for you. Don't worry, I promise you at the end of the course, all of you will be able to do a marketing plan. You will have learned a lot. I don't want to give you too much homework. We will do it progressively, step by step. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening and hope to see you tomorrow. Merci beaucoup. Come on.